What's up, YouTube? Why was I look? Oh, I'm looking at a small camera. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy B.I. to the G. I'm back with a brand new video, and today I have a confession to make. I have never watched Naruto before. Wait. Let me explain myself. I know I'm a big anime fan. I claim, and I know I am. Hey, I am a big anime fan, bro. But so I've watched Naruto when I was a kid, right? Around since I was like 4 to 7 years old. But I never concluded the story or school back and forth and all that stuff. So it was a bit messed up. Then I completed it and I started exploring other animes and I fell in love more with anime. So I haven't gone back to Naruto to conclude the story or get the full understanding by watching all the 900 episodes. Just imagine as a kid, you have to go to school. I don't have time to be, every morning have to wait or every evening sitting down to watch Naruto. My parents won't allow that, bro. So I've got this video from Bonsai Pop, and he's going to tell you the reasons why Naruto is way better than I think it is. Okay, so I want us to check this video out. So if you're also not a Naruto fan or you want to watch Naruto but you need someone to convince you, maybe this video will convince us all. Okay, so let's check the video out. Okay, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like on the video, and let's get in. Okay, I fixed it. Okay, so why Naruto is way better than I think or than we think. Let's check out the video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like on the video if you love anime like I do, or you're still exploring, bro. I wish I could watch every anime on this planet, no joke.
Naruto?
But hey,
what? Why is Bonsai
there's
Pop
always
covering
limitations.
Naruto? Look, hear me out. Naruto changed my life.
Really? Can it change mine?
I honestly cannot tell you how much I despised Naruto when I was in high school. It was a little past my time, so
You see, he even said high school, so I'm not the only one, bro. I wasn't able to watch it during that period. I mean, I was watching One Piece fine.
Middle school kids running around with their arms out and wearing goofy headbands and being absolutely intolerable weebs. And for a relatively edgy young adult rocking in punk bands at the time, Naruto instantly came off as straight up cringe. But one day in my early 20s, I was bored, so I decided to watch it. Something came over me, an idea. Know your enemy, right? You see, what I figured was that if something is incredibly
know your enemy,
popular,
bro.
there must be something good about it. Something that speaks to the audience in a way that anybody can understand it. So I sat down and I watched episode 1, 720 episodes, and 2 months later, I had finished what is still one of my favorite.
Wait, it's 720 episodes? When I checked, I saw 900 episodes. So where from that? Oh, I'm confusing myself.
Anime of
Maybe
all
they
time.
added
And in
his
preparation for
sons
this
onto
episode,
it.
I took a week in October and I read the entire manga, so I think I am prepared for our first of what I am sure is to be many videos on the masterpiece. And I do not say that hyperbolically. That is Naruto. Let's get into it.
Banzai.
Now, just so you know, when I say Naruto, I mean the whole thing, the original and Shippuden together. I mean, it's all one story of the gutsy ninja Naruto, so there's no reason to disambiguate. But man, like, where do you even start with this one? I can tell you my favorite characters are Master Guy and Rock Lee, or that I can't tell if it's Naruto or Sakura who is the biggest Sasuke simp, but I guess I'll just flip on a little bit of Wu-Tang and let it flow.
Shaolin shadowboxing and the Wu-Tang sword style. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
No matter who you are, how old you are, where you come from, there's something within Naruto that is going to speak to you. The mangaka Masashi Kishimoto went through a ton of trial and tribulation in his own life in order to produce this story, and his wisdom is sprinkled throughout the entire narrative. While the series is technically a shonen, there's many aspects of it that border on a seinen anime. I was actually pretty shocked at the amount of blood and visceral violence on my first watch, but you know I like that stuff, so obviously it just leveled up the experience. Naruto himself is more or less a perfect underdog, at least at the start. He's an outcast, a class clown, a prankster. It all comes from his desire for attention. Not only
Okay, so he was a kid who got bullied. I've forgotten everything, bro. Like, I didn't watch that much. I watched, I would say, up to 10 episodes or 20, and that was it.
is he a ninja ward of the state, but everyone just kind of hates him. So he's a punk. He deflects the hate by acting out in order to deserve that hate. And as someone who is certainly an angry young man at one point, Naruto's character is a scathing reflection. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who can relate to that.
Then Naruto
Just like
will be
any
a
other
perfect fit for me too,
disenfranchised
you
young
know?
person, his main desire is acceptance. So he's
Wait, is that Naruto? What?
always shooting for the stars. In his case, specifically becoming Hokage, i.e. the most powerful and respected shinobi in the village of the Hidden Leaf. A ninja rock star, and naturally he constantly falls flat on his face in his attempts to become better and own his skills. It also doesn't help that he's partnered with the class genius and bad boy Sasuke, who's just good at everything and is also
So I see why the ladies like glazing him on online, bro.
a total dick. On top of that, Naruto's crush Sakura is there as well, but she's head over heels for Sasuke and hates Naruto. The poor
my
kid's
God,
ineptitude is constantly thrown in his face. You see, I've noticed lately that people seem to feel really bad about themselves, like more than ever, and I think part of that is how big the world is now. Growing up, I think a lot of us had a Sasuke, but with the advent of the internet, it's like there's a million Sasukes for each person. Like I used to think I was good at Smash Bros, right? And then the internet showed me that I don't even know what Smash Bros is. How are we supposed to feel good about ourselves?
And I also think I'm good at COD, but the internet showed me, nah, you have a long way to go.
What do we do when there's some 12-year-old already kicking our asses at what we've been practicing for years? How are we supposed to march on with people like Eyepatch Sensei pumping out classics and getting all that love? Well, I'll get there. You see, there's a lot of hate
in the shinobi world of ours. I've always wanted to do something about all of this hatred. I'm just not quite sure how to go about it as of yet. But I truly believe that eventually the day will come when all people will understand one another and live in harmony.
So far, the only thing I've gotten from this video is Naruto was a nobody who had a dream and chased it. That's all. Like that's the whole point I've gotten up to this 5 minutes? Yeah, 5 minutes into this video. So
Naruto's greatest strength.
that's basically like my favorite character, Luffy, because Luffy was also nobody, and he also strived to get to where he is now, like right now, right? So I need more valid points. It's basically the same thing.
Its wealth
And almost like half of anime characters or protagonists are this way. So I need more. Something.
Anything that the main cast lacks is made up by its amazing cast of supporting characters. Each one is an individual with their own beliefs and problems and philosophies, from mentors like Kakashi and Jiraiya to peers like Shikamaru, Neji, and Gaara. However, each and every shinobi exists within a world of constant conflict which breeds hatred and fear, but also close bonds between individuals. And nobody knows hatred and fear or the importance of bonds like Naruto. You see, Naruto is a Jinchuriki, meaning he has a Biju stuck inside of him, and his Biju, the nine-tailed fox Kurama, is a particularly nasty entity. And while this makes for interesting storytelling, it's also a physical representation of the hate that lives within people, the anger and jealousy and wrath that we work to hold down in order to exist within the bounds of societal norms. At first, when Naruto is in danger or particularly pissed off, the fox seeps out, taking over his senses and granting him an instant boost in power and ability. It's a very Star Wars given to the dark side kind of motif, the idea that giving in to the primal instincts within gives immediate and great power, whereas controlling those instincts gives one the wisdom and discipline to wield that great power more effectively. Philosophically, Naruto as a series is a powerhouse. Like his character, Naruto's personal ideology is extremely simple. I never go back on my word. However, there is power in simplicity and especially tenacity. It takes a lot of willpower to never go back on your word, especially when extraneous circumstances come into conflict with said pledges. Going with your gut takes a lot of courage, but also confidence, which, like,
so the funny part about this is I saw this clip on TikTok. I think what was her name? Hinata? Some girl called Hinata or something. She got stabbed and Naruto just transformed like from anger and then transform into this
mentioned before
kind of stuff like
is
that.
something this modern shinobi world is lacking. It's hard to be self-assured when it seems like the world is constantly trying to remind you that you are subpar. Maybe you're an artist with 15 followers on Twitter, or a musician trying to get noticed on Bandcamp, or a lawyer fighting for partner, or us trying to climb the ladder of Anitube. No matter what you do, there always seems to be someone ahead of you, doing better than you, moving past you with ease.
That's true,
We're
bro.
always chasing the backs of those in front of us, and realistically, that's never going to change. It's
And you see, like with that, right? I know I'm also a startup creator, right? But I think I have a bit of advice to give. If you're also starting up new and you're looking at people who are ahead of you, try to also look at people behind you, like smaller creators than you, like those with less followers or less subscribers than you, and check out what they're doing. And you see that, oh, this guy does something and he's getting views and likes on it. Bro, that might also work for you. You know, don't just try to be like, oh, he has more subs and he's getting more views. And also, sometimes at first I used to do that. I'll see someone with smaller subscribers than me, but has more views and likes on a video. And sometimes I'll be like, bro, how is that possible? Like, bro, where? Don't let that get to you, bro. Like, just keep uploading. Always keep switching up your style. And one day one will pick and you stick with that style. Not stick with it forever though. You get to a point, you refresh it a little bit, maybe add a twist to it or something, and you keep moving on more, okay? That's how it is. Oh yeah, and also, almost 99% of you are not subscribed. 99%, bro. 99. Why, bro? Like, subscribe to the channel, bro. And also check out my gaming channel, TheBiggCrimson Gaming. Or is it gaming? I've forgotten the username I gave to that channel. TheBiggCrimson Gaming. TheBiggCrimson, yeah. Check it out, bro. You see, like I have 2 channels. I can't even keep the usernames in my head, bro.
just
Crazy.
far more obvious now because everything seems to have a numerical value attached to it. However, it's important to remember that you can hike the same mountain as your senpai, but take a completely different route. If you don't give up, you'll reach the top in your own way. And at the same time, while you're chasing somebody else's back, somebody is going to be chasing your back.
And I heard this
think
guy is also
what matters
strong.
most is who you are at the top, much more than the fact that you got there. Experience is what differentiates us. Someone who gets a helicopter ride will never know the crags and canyons like someone who climbed them. The whole ordeal is frustrating.
But you see, like, one thing I don't like about anime, I know some of you are going to be mad about it, but one thing I don't like about anime is the way, like, there's, like, you can clearly see that this villain deserves to be kicked in the ass, but the story will be like, nah, let him have his time. I know it's nice to make, you know, the end game more nice, but that really pisses me off. I don't know if it's just
too many
me.
people looking up.
I don't know
or
whether
looking
it's a
down.
sickness or
This
something.
world needs more eye contact. Now, while eventually the story of Naruto comes into conflict with his character, the core idea of the narrative remains firm. Unfortunately, Naruto goes from being this underdog nobody to someone not only special, but special from birth. Much of his ability is genetic or enhanced by his bijou. It's kind of a bummer. But I think Kishimoto-sensei realized that and made an effort to keep Naruto in check by forcing him to realize that no matter how powerful he becomes, he will always need the help of others, which is juxtaposed against many of the antagonists in the series going solo
which means it's
against the
OP.
world, especially
Crazy.
Sasuke. There is a very cyclical nature to the story that simplifies the real world experience of bequeathing the future to others. We get to literally see how will and ambition and skill are passed down generation to generation through characters like Pain and Orochimaru. We see how sometimes that will can be twisted, but through Jiraiya and Naruto, we can see how will can eventually break a cycle. Our time on this planet is random and short. Ideas and hopes aren't always something that can be achieved during a single lifetime. In fact, more often it takes multiple generations for these dreams to snowball into reality. That doesn't mean lighting the fire is not worth it just because you don't get to see the end result. Doing something is always better than doing nothing. MLK didn't get to see his dream come true, but people are out there fighting still to improve our country.
Wait, Naruto wasn't able to get his dream come true. That's why they're continuing with this kid. And I heard people on X were like criticizing I've forgotten the kid's Boruto, right? Yeah, Boruto. People were criticizing that one, saying it's, you know, meh. That's what people were saying about it. I don't know if that's true or not.
Everyone. Speaking of which, Naruto is an excellent example of inclusivity in anime.
So
and
yeah,
manga.
if any Naruto fan comes here and you watch this video, let me know if I am down with Naruto, right? Because I mean, it's basically the same motive Luffy has, right? making the world a better place, making the dreams come true. You get it. So it's basically the same thing. So I'll definitely watch Naruto now. But let me know, should I watch Boruto also? Because people were saying it's meh. And after watching Naruto, if you watch that, it's a disappointment, stuff like that. And those are like hardcore Naruto fans. So for them to say something like that, you guys let me know, should I watch it or should I just watch the Naruto and then forget the rest?
Full of, but run by people of color, and it's never even mentioned or pointed out. That's just the way it is, and it's dope. Within the shinobi world, it's totally normalized and respected. And then there's the rapping Killer Bee, one of the best characters in the series, and 100% a Wu-Tang Clan reference, lending even more credence to Kishimoto Sensei. So you best protect your neck because the Killer Bee's gun swarm. Bee is not only incredibly powerful and respected, but he's also
what? Wu-Tang has a reference in Naruto.
Enlightened and at peace with his bijou. Like Jiraiya before him, he becomes a bit of a spiritual mentor to Naruto, and the Waterfall of Truth is a particularly powerful moment in the story. In order to fully utilize his abilities as a Jinchuriki, Naruto has to face a part of himself he'd rather not see. And if you don't think that we all have that, you're kidding yourself. We have a person that lives inside of us that we absolutely despise, maybe even fear, someone we couldn't tell our closest friends about. At first, Naruto's strategy is to attack this shadow version of himself, but that's not exactly how it works, is it? Unfortunately, the worst part of ourselves are still part of us. You cannot remove it like a tumor. The only thing you can do is accept it and learn to incorporate it into yourself until you are a truly homogeneous mix. You see, no matter how bad that part of you may be, it still exists as part of the reason you're climbing whatever hill you're on, and you'll never make it to the peak unless you know why you're there in the first place. What do you really want? What is your goal? Personally, for me, I want to know everything about everything so one day I can create something spectacular. I want to know the ins and outs of everything I'm passionate about and distill it into exactly what I'm.
You see, like, I started this channel at first, like, wanted to make it an anime channel because I loved anime so much. It was crazy. But at that time, school stuff, I didn't have the funds to be, buying things I would need to make videos and stuff. I'm still preparing and, improving my video quality or production quality. So, I don't know. This channel, I'll keep it the way it is, make stuff up and everything. But later on, when I get enough production value or whatever I want to call it, I would change everything, take all my anime videos. Since down there's a collab feature, I'll just link it through the collab feature and let this one stay here. And I'll start uploading anime videos on another channel. So I have 3 channels, one for gaming because I love gaming too, one for anime, and then this one would be for vlogging and like personal life stuff. That's what I plan to do. So
missing what I've always wanted to see.
If you also have that crazy idea, maybe we can work one day.
Practicing, always reaching higher. In the shinobi world, for the first Hokage Hashirama, Jiraiya, and eventually Naruto, the goal is to someday lead the world towards understanding, to stop the spread of hate just a little bit more, to create just a little bit more unity. And all of that starts with the individual learning to accept yourself and then to accept others. And in reality, that's all you can do. You can't expect things from other people, but you can be the change that you want to see in the world. And I think if we all did that, we'd see the world become a better place. Even to this day, unfortunately, Naruto gets a bad rap, and I'm gonna be honest, as an anime, it is not perfect. There is a lot of filler in there that you'll have to either sit through or use again.
Oh yeah, I heard there's a lot of fillers. I mean, I watch everything. I don't care without the fillers.
However, having both watched and read the series, I can succinctly say that the anime does add to the overall experience. You get more time with the other characters, you get to know them much better than you do in the manga, and you get to see how they impact not only Naruto himself, but the other minor characters as well, to the point where they're each fleshed out enough to do entire episodes on. And I don't mean just in the anime, I mean here on Bonsai Pop as well. There is an intricate web of relationships and alliances and hopes that permeate the narrative and bring the world of Naruto to life in a way the manga just did not have room for. Even Ichiraku Ramen kind of becomes a character in its own way in the anime, which again, the manga just didn't accentuate as hard. But here's where we come full circle back to my original question.
Oh yeah, this is the clip.
How are we supposed to feel good about ourselves when things are always so covered in doubt? When the mountain in front of us seems too high to even begin climbing? Well, the answer is simple, but the action is hard. Never give up. For instance, Bonsai Pop didn't start out of nowhere. Tyler and I have worked for 6 years to get here. We failed many times years before we could bring
Bro,
you a little
6
video
years,
about a
bro.
gutsy ninja.
That's crazy.
This summer in particular was one of the hardest we faced on this platform, but we're back, baby. We pushed through, we fought on, our friends and our patrons helped us along the way. Nobody walks through this world alone, no matter how much hate there is. And even if you feel like you're alone, you're here with me right now. I made this video for you. Maybe you liked it. Obviously, we have something in
Wait,
common,
he can
right?
duplicate?
So think about that. And in the meantime, go watch Naruto or read it. There's
Okay.
so much to love.
I will do that. I will definitely do that, bro. So, hold on. Oh, what the hell? So I have an obligation right now. I have to watch Naruto from, so he said 700 and something, right? But I saw 900. So where from that? I'm confused, bro. Okay, so if you've also watched Naruto yet, and what I got from this is basically similar to One Piece or most of the animes I love in the shonen genre. So I'm definitely going to watch Naruto now. I'm going to start from the beginning. Even if I remember those episodes, I would watch everything, listen to every dialogue, and pay attention to the story. And in the end, I would come back here and share my thoughts with you guys who are still not convinced to watch the one. I was going to say One Piece. Still not convinced to watch Naruto. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe, leave a like on the video. I'll catch you in the next video. So we'll be out to the G. Peace. And I'm out.